What if everything you thought you knew about Eve, the first woman, was incomplete? For centuries, a single narrative has dominated, shaping our understanding of her creation and her role in history. But what if the true story, as revealed in ancient texts, is far more profound, more empowering, and utterly shocking than you could ever imagine? Prepare to have your perceptions challenged, because the truth about Eve's origin is about to be unveiled, and it's nothing like the tale you've been told. Forget the common narratives for a moment. Let's dive into the Quran, the central religious text of Islam, and explore its direct revelations about creation. When it comes to Adam, the first man, the Quran is clear. He was fashioned from clay, from dust, a testament to humanity's humble beginnings and deep connection to the earth. But what about Eve? This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. The Quran doesn't describe her creation from a literal rib or any part of Adam's physical being. Instead, it speaks of her being created from the same nature, or a single soul, as Adam. This isn't a subtle distinction, it's a foundational principle. It implies a shared essence, an inherent equality from the very moment of existence. This isn't about one being a derivative of the other, but rather two distinct, yet intrinsically linked beings, emerging from the same divine source. This perspective immediately elevates Eve's status, placing her on an equal footing with Adam, not as a secondary creation, but as a co-equal partner in the grand tapestry of humanity. This is a truth that many have overlooked, a truth that challenges preconceived notions and opens up a new understanding of the divine plan for mankind. Now, you might be thinking, but I've heard about the rib, and you're not wrong. There is an authentic hadith, a saying or tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, that uses the metaphor of the rib when speaking about women. This hadith states, "Treat women kindly. Woman has been created from a rib, and the most bent part of the rib is the uppermost. If you try to turn it straight, you will break it, and if you leave it alone, it will remain bent as it is. So, treat women kindly." On the surface, this might seem to contradict the Quranic understanding of Eve's creation. However, the key here lies in understanding the nature of metaphor in religious texts. This hadith is not a literal biological statement about how Eve was formed. Instead, it's a profound metaphorical description of women's innate character and nature. The bent rib symbolizes certain qualities, perhaps a delicate strength, a need for gentle handling, and an inherent uniqueness that should be appreciated rather than forced into conformity. The Prophet's wisdom here is not about a physical origin, but a behavioral guide. Treat women with understanding, compassion, and respect, acknowledging their distinct qualities without attempting to fundamentally alter them. This subtle yet crucial distinction transforms the rib from a point of contention into a powerful lesson in human relations. The misunderstanding of this rib hadith has unfortunately led to some deeply misconceptions about women's status in Islam. Many have taken the metaphor literally, leading to the erroneous belief that women are somehow secondary or inferior, created from a lesser part of man. But this interpretation misses the entire point. Scholars have meticulously explained, in Arabic, the phrase "created from" doesn't always denote the material substance of creation. It can also refer to the nature or characteristic of something. Consider another example from the Quran. Man has been created from hastiness. This doesn't mean humans are literally made of hastiness. It describes a fundamental aspect of human nature. Similarly, the rib hadith describes a characteristic of women, not their physical origin. This crucial linguistic and theological nuance is often lost in translation and misinterpretation, perpetuating a narrative that is far from the true spirit of Islamic teachings. By understanding this distinction, we can dismantle these misconceptions and appreciate the profound respect and dignity that Islam accords to women. The metaphor of the rib, when understood correctly, reveals a profound wisdom that transcends a mere physical origin story. It speaks to the delicate yet resilient nature of women and the importance of nurturing and protecting that nature. The rib, in its anatomical context, is not a rigid, unyielding bone. It is curved, flexible, and serves to protect vital organs. This symbolism is powerful. It suggests that women, like the rib, possess an inherent strength and protective quality, especially in their roles within families and communities. Furthermore, the rib is the bone closest to the heart, a poetic symbol of intimacy, love, and emotional connection. This implies that women are meant to be cherished, to be near the heart, and to be a source of comfort and protection for their partners. The Hadith, therefore, is not a statement of inferiority, but a beautiful instruction on how to foster harmonious relationships. Emphasizing tenderness, understanding, and acceptance, it's a call for men to recognize and respect the unique qualities of women, to appreciate their inherent value, and to approach them with kindness and empathy, rather than attempting to force them a mold that doesn't suit their natural disposition. This deeper understanding transforms the seemingly simple metaphor into a rich tapestry of guidance for human interaction. One of the most striking aspects of the Quranic narrative, when stripped of misinterpretations, is its unwavering emphasis on the equality and dignity of women. The idea that Eve was created from the same single soul as Adam is a powerful declaration of shared humanity and equal standing before God. This foundational principle is echoed throughout the Quran, which consistently presents men and women as spiritual equals, both capable of achieving piety, earning rewards, and facing accountability. Any notion of female inferiority, often perpetuated by cultural biases or misreadings of religious texts, stands in stark contrast to the core teachings of Islam. The life of Prophet Muhammad himself serves as a living testament to this principle. He championed women's rights, elevated their status in a society that often marginalized them, and demonstrated through his actions and teachings how women should be treated with respect, justice, and compassion. He consulted with women, valued their opinions, and recognized their intellectual and spiritual contributions. The misinterpretation of the rib hadith, unfortunately, became a tool to justify pre-existing patriarchal norms, rather than reflecting the true, liberating message of Islam. By returning to the authentic sources and understanding them in their proper context, we uncover a faith that is inherently progressive in its view of gender, advocating for a society where both men and women can flourish and fulfill their potential. Beyond the mechanics of her creation, the Quran also illuminates the profound purpose behind Eve's existence. She was not merely an afterthought or a subordinate. She was created to be Adam's companion, his solace, and his partner in life. The Quran describes their dwelling in paradise, together, sharing in its bounties, and facing their first test as a united front. This narrative highlights the essential human need for companionship, for a soulmate with whom to share life's journey, its joys and its challenges. Eve's presence completed Adam, providing him with emotional support, intellectual engagement, and a sense of belonging. Their story in paradise, including their shared transgression and subsequent repentance, underscores their joint responsibility and equal accountability. There is no blame placed solely on Eve. Both are depicted as having erred, and both are shown seeking forgiveness. This shared experience solidifies their partnership and sets the precedent for the complementary roles of men and women in building a family and a society. The purpose of Eve's creation, therefore, was not to serve Adam, but to walk alongside him, to be his equal in every sense, and to embark on the human journey together, a journey that would lead to the propagation of humanity and the establishment of life on earth. So, what is the shocking truth about Eve's origin? It's a truth that dismantles centuries of misunderstanding and reclaims the profound dignity, equality of women in the Islamic tradition. Eve was not created from a literal rib, a secondary being derived from man. Instead, she emerged from the same divine essence, a co-equal partner to Adam, designed for companionship, mutual support, and shared responsibility. The rib metaphor, often misconstrued, is a beautiful lesson in tenderness and understanding, urging us to appreciate the unique nature of women rather than attempting to force them into conformity. This understanding reshapes our perspectives on gender roles, challenging patriarchal norms and reaffirming the inherent equality that lies at the heart of Islamic teachings. By embracing this wisdom, we can foster more harmonious relationships, build more equitable societies, and gain a deeper appreciation for the divine wisdom embedded in the story of creation. It's a story that empowers, enlightens, and ultimately unites us in our shared humanity. This isn't just ancient history, it's a timeless lesson that can transform our lives today, guiding us towards a future where respect, equality, and compassion reign supreme. The truth about Eve's origin is not just shocking, it's liberating.